Hey everyone, welcome back to another week in medical school. So this is exam week. I have my renal exam on Friday and honestly, I'm pretty nervous about it. There's a lot of studying I need to do during the week, but I'll tell you guys about it later because right now I have to leave to take Chewy to a grooming appointment. You know where we are, bubbies? Do you know where we are? So Chewy's getting his bath and everything done right now. So I picked him up some of his favorite wet food and I got like this thing with the treats to like put inside of it. So that should be pretty fun. Good job, bubbies. You look so clean. I'm so proud of you. Oh, he's so happy to be home. All right, so we just got home. So I'm gonna start off the day with some practice questions with my classmate. So you agree that it's D?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Nice. That was the last of those 10. I think we got like a 90. I think we got 9 out of 10 on the section.
Which one do we miss?
All right, so we just finished doing practice questions and now we're officially done with all of our practice question banks. By the end of Kaplan, which we just finished, we were scoring around a 70 to 85% average, which is actually pretty good. But I'm pretty sleepy now, so I think I'm gonna lay down and take a nap and then I'll figure out the rest of my day after. Chewy just gets to nap all day and I'm so jealous of it.
And sometimes they went to bed because of high urine volume at night. Volume depletion is going to activate the RAS and lead to a metabolic alkalosis, just like we talked before with contraction. They describe this patient as a man with long-standing COPD. So we believe this is a chronic respiratory acidosis. So we're going to use the chronic compensation equations that I talked about in the other modules.
Treating myself a little bit today with some Sonic, and even Chewy's eating some of his new food. All right, guys, so it's almost 8 o'clock. I just got done with a live study stream. We streamed for about 2 hours, and I pretty much spent the whole time watching Boards and Beyond. I have one more module on Boards and Beyond that I want to rewatch. And then tomorrow I will rewatch Pathoma as well as finish the Boards and Beyond module that I just mentioned. And then I'm going to read First Aid, review the study doc my classmate and I made. I want to spend some time tomorrow night reviewing pharmacology through Boards and Beyond and Sketchy, so that should tie a bow on the pharmacology for this exam. Then Wednesday will just be like a total review day, but I'm going to focus, on tomorrow first before I decide what I'm going to do Wednesday. But for the rest of the night, I think I'm just going to relax a little bit, maybe study a bit more, but probably not too much. Hey everyone, happy Tuesday. So all morning I've basically just been doing Anki cards. I have so many of them, especially because we had the cardiology block right before this block, and this block and cardiology just had so many Anki cards. So I was doing that all morning, and then I finished up my Boards and Beyond rewatch. I've made some ramen for lunch, and I've got PBL right now, which this is our last week with this group, and I really like this group. The instructor was super, super nice, and so I'm a little bit sad that this group is already ending, but we'll have a new group after spring break, which is also pretty exciting.
Why is this happening? Because your body is crazy. Not an option. And also detect like masses and lesions, right? Mm-hmm. So if we're looking for like a big mass or a big tumor or anything like that, that should show up. And soft tissue abnormality, right?
Chewy just crawled all the way across the couch and underneath my arm just to say hello.
In diabetic nephropathy, ACE inhibitors and ARBs are kind of the better options.
Yeah, I totally agree. All right, so I'm on my way to Dutch Bros right now to pick up some coffee. Honestly, I kind of just need to get out of the house. I've just been sitting there all day. So I'm gonna get some coffee, and then my original plan was to do some more review on some lectures and read through First Aid and my study doc. However, my study partner found another question bank with like 130 practice questions on it, and so we started doing that. And once I get home, we're gonna do more of it because, as you guys know, I love practice questions. I learned the best through practice questions, and so I think the entire plan for tonight is actually just to do practice questions, and then once I finish those, I'll reread First Aid and our review doc, and that should be, a pretty productive night. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention, I'm actually dog sitting tonight. Hi Noya! Hi Chewy! For dinner tonight, I put some chicken in the slow cooker earlier today, and I've got some rice going. Hey guys, so I've been studying all day, but I wanted to take a break and tell you about the sponsor of this week's vlog, Minami. So Minami is a family-owned sushi restaurant in California, and their house sesame dressing is so good that they actually started selling bottles of it. A few weeks ago, they sent me a bottle of it, and it is so good. It's good as a dip and really yummy on salads. In fact, last time Abs was in town, we made this really yummy salad using this plant-based chicken alternative that we marinated in teriyaki sauce, and then we drizzled the sesame dressing over it. And it was so good. Like, I've never had sesame dressing before that, but we were obsessed. And in terms of calorie count, sodium count, and carbohydrate count, it's actually a really healthy alternative compared to other traditional dressings. So I'll have the link to where you can buy this below, and they're already selling it to you guys for a steal, but they're also giving you guys a 15% off discount using my coupon code Shaun15. Seriously guys, it's super yummy and healthy for a really good price, so make sure to check out MinamiFoods.com. I want to give a huge thanks again to Minami for sponsoring this week's vlog.
Chewy, your chews are starting to hurt.
Hey guys, happy Thursday. So tomorrow is the exam. I'm pretty nervous, but you know, I'm always trying to remind myself that the day before the exam, there's not a whole lot you can do that's going to significantly impact your score, so I kind of use that mindset to relax myself a bit. Today's plan is basically just to review. I want to read through first aid. I'm going to walk through my review document with my classmate. I'm probably just going to review a couple of pharmacology things. There's a review lecture I want to watch as well. And so again, just a lot of review, not a whole lot of stress. I think I'm just more excited to get this exam over with. And then I actually have a week off, which I'll talk more about tomorrow. But for now, I've got my doctoring class starting in about 10 minutes. So I'll catch up with you guys later.
Is a normal glomerulus, but it gives us an opportunity to review some normal histology as well. Now recall that the outer capsule here is called Bowman's capsule. This is called Bowman's space, and then you actually have the glomerulus sitting here in the middle. Now the glomerulus is divided into globules, and that's the functional unit.
Alright, so class actually ended a little while ago. It's a pretty short class. We just reviewed the renin-angiotensin-aldosterone system and its relation to patient care, you know, prescribing ACE inhibitors and everything, which is a good review for our exam tomorrow. And now I've got PBL in about 10 minutes, but during this gap, I was actually able to rewatch Allopathoma, which is really nice since that's one of the things I want to do today. So that's awesome. Anyways, like I said, I've got PBL pretty soon, so I'm going to heat up some lunch and then head to class. Also, I've actually put the carpet back out because I've been carpet training Chewy over the last couple of nights, just kind of playing with him on the carpet and making sure that he pees outside when he needs to. And it looks like it's going pretty well. He hasn't peed on the carpet, which is really, really nice. You're such a good boy, aren't you, Bubs? Sit, jump, spin, sit, through the legs, shake, protect, and lay down. Lay down. Good boy. Alright guys, so PBL is done, and I actually just ran to Starbucks to grab some coffee, and now my classmate and I are going to do a talk through of our review document. And what a talk through is that we're going to go through the review document together, but we're going to actually have a discussion about every single topic, every single disease, drug, everything that's on this document. So there's a difference between your ability to memorize things and to be able to have a discussion about them, because being able to have a discussion about things really shows that you know this stuff, you can have a conversation about it, you can talk about what you know, things you don't know, and then you can look up those things you don't know. Rather than just questioning each other, you know, going back and forth, we can actually have an actual discussion about these things. And so this is kind of the last thing my friend and I do to prepare for our exams, because again, once you've had a discussion about everything, you've talked about every single topic on the exam, there's really not a whole lot you can do, and you've had the chance to see everything, talk about it, and you could sleep a lot better knowing that you've actually reviewed everything. So anyways, I'm gonna hop on Discord and I'll catch up with you guys later.
Hey, yo.
Yo, what's up, dude?
What's up? What's the plan?
So I think maybe, do you want to talk through first aid first, and then the doc last?
Sure.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, let me pull out my first aid.
So the night before my exam, I always like to treat myself a little bit. Puppies, it's exam day, woohoo! Morning guys, so it's exam day, super excited to get this over with. It is pouring outside, so hopefully that's not a sign of bad things to come, but I gotta get ready to head to campus, so I'll catch up with you guys after my exam. We are done, let's go. All right, guys, I just got done my renal exam. I am so stoked to be done. Unfortunately, I talked to some classmates after, and they all agreed on some answers that I definitely didn't put, which is, you know, always something that you probably shouldn't do. You probably shouldn't compare answers after the exam because it'll either make you feel better or it'll make you feel worse. In my case, it always makes me feel a little bit worse. But I think the excitement to be done with the exam and to be on spring break is kind of trumping it. Like I'm more excited to be done than I am like concerned about my exam. So hopefully we get our exam scores back later today. I'm really just hoping to pass. Again, it was one of those exams where the things that I felt like I knew, I got, and then there were questions where I'm just like, I just straight up don't know this, or I can't differentiate between some questions, which is just always how I feel after exams. So this is really nothing new. Like I said, though, I now start spring break, which is really exciting. So I'm basically going to definitely start like GI during the spring break. I'm going to start watching some Boards and Beyond. Not a whole lot. I'll just start passively watching them. I might not even unlock the Anki cards. But what I think I'm going to focus on during spring break is just like figuring out what I'm going to do for research. I need to kind of have that figured out by the end of the month, I think. And I have a couple of meetings throughout spring break that'll help me kind of like figure out what my plan is. But besides that, I really just want to relax, play some video games, catch up on TV shows, because we just finished the hardest block of medical school so far. It was the cardiopulmonary renal block. This is a block that I had heard about, you know, coming into medical school. I remember talking to some of my friends who were M2s, and they were in this block, and they were saying, you know, this is the hardest block so far. It's really difficult. And as you're kind of going through your first year, you're kind of like anticipating this block. And it was hard because, you know, these three systems, even though they were like, you know, different exams, they're so intertwined. Like you really have to know about pulmonary, you have to know about cardio, and you have to know about renal to really help with like, you know, each of their respective exams. And if you want to like teach someone, you know, some of the big things that happen in the human body, it's like you teach them that. You teach them the cardiopulmonary and renal systems, because the way that they interplay with each other really is so like, you know, it's vital for life, of course, just like, you know, most systems in our body. But there's just so much that goes on, so much, you know, pathology, physiology, some of the heavy hitters like atherosclerosis, hypertension, chronic kidney disease, COPD, some of these like really big chronic diseases is what you find in this block. So a lot of stuff. I learned a lot. I really enjoyed it. I think cardio was my favorite. I really liked cardiology, but I did like learning about renal and pulmonology as well, just not as much. Anyway, the plan for today is I need to go home and get Chewy, of course, and I'm actually going to be a guest speaker for an event that's being held by the Nevada Pre-Health Society, just talking about my experiences kind of like leading up to med school and now as a, you know, first year medical student. And so that's around 2:30, I believe. I kind of need to figure out, you know, if I want to do like a presentation or something. So I'm going to go home and figure that out, and I will catch up with you guys later. Also, now that the exam's done, I'm really happy that Vegas is getting some rain.
So the first thing I did when I got home was lay down and take a nap.
And even Chewy's vibing out. It is literally hailing in Las Vegas right now. Ignore the sock. But yeah, it is actually hailing out here. Alright guys, so just a quick update. I actually got my exam score back and I got an 88% on my renal exam. I am so stoked. Like, I had a feeling that I passed the exam, but I did not think that I did well enough to get an 88. So that was a really nice surprise, and it's a really nice way to end this block, end cardiopulmonary renal, and be able to move on to spring break knowing that I actually did relatively well. So right now I'm actually going to be a guest speaker for the Nevada Pre-Health Society. This is going to be a lot of fun. I get to basically just talk about my experiences leading up to medical school, and then while being in medical school, it should be really fun. It's kind of like surreal feeling like, you know, the person who everyone's coming to like listen to. Like, this is just not what I expected I'd be doing like a year ago. Like, they made a poster and everything, which is like, you look at it and you're like, how did I like end up on a poster such that like people want to like come to this presentation to hear me talk about like my experiences, because I'm used to listening to other people talk about their experiences. So this is really cool. I'm really excited. Anyways, I'm gonna hop into that. I just wanted to let you guys know how I did on my exam because I was really excited about it. And again, it's a really nice way to end this block.
So you have
I have a few, yeah. I usually, once he probably starts talking, I'll probably think of more.
Yeah.
But I have some like,
I just wanted to let you know we do have like a little local celebrity talking with us, so make sure you.
Awesome. I appreciate that. Yeah, so like I said earlier, I am a first year medical student. I did not know I wanted to go to medical school. I don't even know what I wanted to do at that stage of my life. All right, so I just got done talking to the Nevada Pre-Health Society and sharing my experiences with them. But now I am super sleepy, so I'm going to take a nap. So I'll catch up with you guys later. And Chewy has been knocked out this entire time. Morning everyone, happy Saturday. So I've had a lot of stuff to do between yesterday and today, like some research meetings and some coffee meetings, but I do want to edit this vlog tonight to get up tomorrow morning because I actually haven't even started editing this vlog, which is kind of crazy for me. I usually start on Fridays, so I have a lot to edit tonight, so I kind of want to end it here, but I want to thank you guys so much for joining me on another week of medical school and for joining me as I finish the CPR block. You know, cardiopulmonary renal is such a big milestone in your first year, and I'm so happy to be done with it. As far as next week goes, I'm gonna decide if I want to vlog throughout the week or if I want to take the week off from vlogging because, you know, I love vlogging, I love sharing my experiences, but I'm not gonna be doing anything really medical school related next week, and it might be good to take some like downtime, so I might like maybe film a different type of video to put up next Sunday. I'm not really too sure yet, but I guess you guys will see. But again, thank you guys so much for joining me on another week in medical school. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.